So it's been about 10 months since I posted my last video. I'll explain the 8 months since after that last video in a different video. This video is going to be for the last 2 months of my life. So today is November, you can't see that, November 17th, 2017, which means that it is officially 59 days since Hurricane Maria hit and I've had no power, and a collective 69 days since Hurricane Irma hit. Now, I did have power for about 4 days in between those two hurricanes. Half of my house had power for about those 4 days in between the two hurricanes, but I'm just gonna add them up and say that it's been 69 days that I've had no power since the hurricanes hit. Now, I graduated from high school back in May of this year, and I was gonna sort of take this year of my life to plan what I wanted to do before I went to college and just sort of try anything that I really wanted to. So in August, I was finally back home, my trips had finished, everyone was starting to leave for college, and I was super excited to sort of start planning out my life and what I was gonna do, when all of a sudden, 2 Category 5 hurricanes hit the island just back to back. Which means that for the past 2 months, my life and everyone's on the island has just been sort of a huge mess with no sort of idea what the day-to-day is actually going to be. And now that my life has finally started to get some sort of day-to-day routine, again for the last 2 to 3 weeks, I was gonna take you with me and show you what that was like. Now, one thing that I do want to clarify is that this experience, my day-to-day, is not really a testament at all to what life is like in the entire rest of the island. I live in a bubble, I live in the metropolitan area, which after about 2 weeks after the hurricane hit, our biggest inconvenience has really been that we have no power. Now, obviously, as a consequence, having no power means a lot of things. You have to eat out every day because you can't really store food. After about 6 o'clock and there's no lights, you can't really do much. Obviously, no Wi-Fi and no power are just sort of an annoyance. Mosquitoes are everywhere and you have no fans to sort of deal with them. So those things are actually really annoying, and they do take their toll after 2 months. However, it's nothing compared to the rest of the island. You know, there are a lot of people that still don't have reliable clean water, reliable sources of food. They still can't really find connection to be able to connect with their families elsewhere. They have no homes, and this is all just 2 months, still 2 months after the hurricane has already hit. So obviously this vlog really isn't going to capture what life is like for most people on the island, so let's just stop wasting time and let's get the day started. Right here, this is where I usually start my day. This is where this nice piece of the floor is where I've been sleeping. The reason for this is because with how hot it is and the amount of mosquitoes, this is right next to our balcony, so this is pretty much the only place you can sleep. Now, even though I sleep here, you have to completely cover yourself up, even though it's like above 80 or 90 degrees, because otherwise the mosquitoes will make a feast out of you. And you know, this is my little nightstand. I got the essentials I got off here. I got my flashlight and I got my little lamp. But this is usually where I start off every day. Then I usually come here and make myself some just kidding, there's no breakfast, there's absolutely no food here, because everything gets rotten or just spoils in about a day or two, so we can't really buy anything. However, these are completely fine. 69 days with no power, and these are still fine, which means that I don't think this is something that I want to eat. So that's a no. This right here has been our actual fridge, where we keep basically nothing, because after a while we realized that it was just too much of a bother. Now, after I wake up and before I go out to get food, I would usually take a shower with cold water because that's all there is. But my grandparents got power back this week, so I'm just gonna shower later in their house because they have hot water. But that most of my days for the past, I'd say 50 days, you know, this has literally just been this past week, I would shower with cold water at about this time in the morning. However, just one thing that I remembered again, because again, they got power this week, so I was finally able to do some laundry. But another challenge for the most part would be trying to find clean clothes, because obviously you can't really wash your clothes unless you hand wash it in the sink, which isn't really the best way to clean your clothes, and after you do that once, you don't want to do it again because it just gets sort of nasty. So yeah, another challenge, finding clean clothes to wear. However, thankfully that is not a problem as much anymore. So now I am heading out to get breakfast, and then I'm heading to my uncle's office, which got power about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Something like that. And they have Wi-Fi and electricity. So that's where I go and spend most of my day. So again, life in a bubble, which is pretty nice. So food, and then the office. So let's go. I'm in my grandpa's old office right now. He graduated from Harvard Med School, but this is where I sit for most of the day, pretty much 9 to 5. So it's now about 5 in the afternoon. I just came back home from the office and it is extremely hot outside, and I've been here for about 10 minutes and the mosquitoes are already killing me again. Not much planned for the rest of the day. I have to make a quick phone call to UPS because I'm pretty sure they lost one of my packages, and then I'm gonna sit down and read for the remaining daylight that there is. So that probably gives me about 45 minutes, and then after that, probably just go to my grandparents' house at some point, take a quick shower over there, and then I'll just get into my comfy bed, the sweet floor spot that I showed you earlier, which is gonna be great. And that is pretty much my day-to-day. It actually gets worse because I just remembered today is Friday, and the office where I spend most of the day is only open on weekdays from 9 to 5, so now the weekend. Next week is Thanksgiving week. So really not gonna have much to do in these next couple of days. Hopefully the power comes back soon. When that does, I'll probably film on my celebration. I'm not sure when I'm gonna make my next video. Hopefully when I do have power again. There is something coming up that I'm gonna save for its own separate video that I'm definitely gonna film. But that is pretty much what my day-to-day is. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you, I don't know when, hopefully soon when the power comes back. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.